You ever notice how the UK doesn't feel like it used to? You don't even have to live there to realise. When I was growing up, everyone told me the UK was the land of opportunity. Big careers, cultural hotspots, world-class universities, a place where hard work actually got you somewhere. I believed it. For a while it felt true. But the longer you live here, the more you realise that reality doesn't match the story. Last year I left the UK, and I wasn't alone. Over 500,000 people left in the last 12 months with no plan to come back. And it's not just everyday workers. Professionals, entrepreneurs, even some of the super rich are quietly deciding it's not worth it anymore. People who create jobs, opportunities and pump billions into the economy just walking away because the numbers and the lifestyle don't make sense. For me it started small. One year my flatmates and I refused to turn on the heating until Christmas, freezing our asses off for 2 months because we were petrified of the electricity bill. In the summer, forget air conditioning. Running it for even a few hours would have probably wiped out our grocery budget for the month. And yet you keep working the same hours, paying the same taxes, and getting the same overcrowded trains, slow NHS appointments, and endless queues at airports. Day after day, it wears on you. And I have to touch on the taxes, of course. Capital gains tax went up, national insurance is brutal on mid to high earners, and tax bands are frozen and have been frozen through a period of huge inflation and wage growth. Every year, more of your salary drifts into higher tax bands without you noticing. You start asking yourself, am I getting ahead, or is my yearly pay increase just funding my increased tax bill? Brexit didn't help either. Skilled EU workers are harder to hire, visa costs for international talent are climbing, and suddenly the UK feels less like a hub and more like a poorly organised trap. And it's not just London. Manchester, Birmingham, Edinburgh, the same pressures are everywhere. Housing, utilities, taxes, bureaucracy, you feel them in every city, in every professional environment. So where do people go when they decide enough is enough? Some head to Dubai or Abu Dhabi, minimal tax, modern apartments, life actually running efficiently. One friend in finance moved there and suddenly the other half of his salary stayed in his pocket for the first time in his life. Others go to Lisbon or Porto, where rent is a fraction of what it costs here, and you can walk to work or the beach without evenings spent worrying about bills. Spain, Portugal, Italy, Malta, they all offer better day-to-day life without sacrificing career opportunities. Singapore, Hong Kong, even Sydney or Melbourne for Australians and Canadians who want stability, space, and the chance to actually save money. It's not about luxury, it's about efficiency, control, and quality of life. People I know wake up, cycle to work, spend weekends exploring the city or coast, and their salaries go further than they ever did in the UK. Offices actually function, healthcare works, commuting is predictable, and the small daily annoyances that grind you down in London, it's gone. You start to realise how uniquely frustrating the UK can feel. I didn't leave because I hated the UK. I left because I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone, make smarter financial choices, and live a life that actually feels worth it. The UK still has strengths and will always be home, but almost every advantage exists elsewhere, often without the taxes, bureaucracy, or grey skies. For ambitious professionals today, staying often means inefficiency, compromise, and frustration. Moving abroad can give you higher disposable income, faster services, reliable healthcare, and a life where work doesn't feel like the constant friction. From our perspective at Meridion, moving abroad isn't just a lifestyle choice, it's strategic. Taxes, costs, and bureaucracy push people out. Better opportunities, affordability, and smoother living pull people in. So if you're seriously thinking about your next move, the question isn't whether to leave the UK, it's where you can go that actually rewards your time, your money, and your energy. I'm Ollie, and this is Meridion.